Okay, we are solving this triangle, and notice it's not a 90-degree triangle. It's not a right triangle, but we're still going to use sine or cosine for law of sines, and then the next section is cosines. But it's still a triangle, so we're looking for a third angle when we already have two. So rules still apply. There's three angles in a triangle. What's the degree measure that they add to? They add to 180. So to find the third angle, I'm going to take 180 and subtract the two angles that I'm given. So 86 and 32. So my third angle is 62 degrees. All right, so 62 degrees. And law of sines, we're given, like when you look at law of sines, you're given sine of angle A over side A, sine of angle B over side B, sine of angle C over side C. So when I fill these in, I need at least an angle and a matching side. So see, across from angle A is side A. So I would have sine of 62 over 10. And then B is 86, and I don't know side B. And angle C is 32, and I don't know side C, not side 2. All right, so when you solve, you pick 2. Okay, you're not going to solve all 3 at a time, but you have to use the one where you're given both the angle and the side. So I'm going to start with this one and solve for B. So I have sine of 62 over 10 equals sine of 86 over B. I have a fraction equal to a fraction, so I can cross multiply. If you want to times both sides by 10 and then times both sides by B, you're going to get the same thing, but I'm going to cross multiply. So I have B times sine of 62 equals 10 times sine of 86. So now I need to get B by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by sine of 62. And so B equals 10 times sine of 86 over 62. And we're going to put that in the calculator and round to the nearest tenth. So 10 times sine of 86. And that's all divided by 62. And I'm not going to have a negative side length. That's wrong because I'm in radians and I need to change to degrees. Oh, I forgot the sign. I was like, that's still not right. 0.16. Whenever you're looking at your answers and it seems wrong, like mine does, you need to go back and check and make sure you put everything in right. So this should be sine of 62. That looks way better, right? That looks like a side length. So rounded, that's going to be 11.3. So let's go put that in. This was 62 degrees. This is 11.3. All right, now I need to solve for side C. So I'm going to use this one equal to this one. And I'm using this because it's the original and there's no decimals. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to have sine of 62 over 10. But now I'm going to use the one with C. So sine of 32 over C. And we solve this the same way. I have a fraction equal to a fraction. If I multiply both the denominators, it's going to end up being 10 times sine of 32 equals C times sine of 62. And it's the same process we did last time. We divide both sides by sine of 62 to get C by itself. So now C is by itself, and it equals 10 times sine of 32 divided by sine of 62. So 10 times sine of 32 over sine of 62. So 6.0. So just 6 would be rounded to the nearest tenth.